tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that. Spitting slow, spitting fast, I could roast, I could gas. Think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past. And the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious, you think you're worth my time, you're delirious. Mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior. Inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains at last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah.
Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Gonna learn the consequence of being incompetent. Mental health is confidence, dreams and some honestness. I'm not here to save the day, that's for you to take away. I could play a million mind games, but instead I say something not illogical, something that is topical. Rub it on and watch it go, make yourself unstoppable. Dreams are irresponsible, but they're always possible. If you just believe, you could be so remarkable.
Thoughts in my head, a collage and they spread. I'll be great one day, going off of my meds. No, I'm not giving up, no, I'm not giving in. I will make it to the top, taking off in the wind. I gotta make it, I'm saving every day to taste it. I'm patient, but my mind, it can hardly take it. I'm chasing a dream that I've had for several ages. A vacant, modern kingdom for the taking.
Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up.
Hello, my beautiful people. Yay! I cannot stop listening to the song. I don't know what it is. Like, I just really, really love it. And it's like, because I don't want to slow up. I don't take shit, right? And there is a greatness without a fakeness. I'm sure that the words are not totally over there. Let me know if you can hear me. So 1, hear me. 2, no. All right. And I just wanted to say hello to everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Who we got in the chats? Led with love. Oh my God, girl. You and I, we had so much fun. Even though the gala was kind of a bit different. I'm sure I'll have a stream about it later. But I tell you what, you got a spirit. You got a spirit. You got that go-getter type spirit. And it was just so much fun. We went to Tahoe together. And I don't know, it was just like something different, something exciting. And it was great. All right, let's see who else we got in the chats. Jessica stopped by earlier. Melisong, thank you so much for being my mod. You're a phenomenal cell. Hi, Pigeon Mac. Oh, I hope you're okay. I hope everything is good. You say you're in a hospital, so please feel better. Let's see. Oh, Jessica's back. All right. Realize how quick, honest people who don't know you can be quiet, sad. Yeah, I know, Jessica, but you know what? It is what it is. We are gonna do story time today. We're gonna do a story time about getting my family out of Ukraine. You know, it's one of those things, life-changing experience. This is what happens sometimes. Okay, so love you, Peter Mac. Love you. All right, let's see what else we got. I'm in a great mood today. Like, I'm just in an amazing mood, and I don't know why. I don't know why. I think maybe because it's Sunday night, and we had a little friends get together yesterday. Okay. Prayer Partners Eve. Hello. Hello, Delighted. Try to like acknowledge Dylan. Dylan. No. Not Sal. Here. Pigeon Mac. I hope we get you a little bit, you know, excited or something, give you some kind of entertainment, right? That's what we're here for. Okay. Let's see who else we got. Planning Magical Chaos. Amazing. Welcome. Everybody's welcome. All right. Oh, Motivated One-Legger. Hello, my amazing friend. Yes. Okay, so first of all, I do want to provide all of my support to you, and I hope if you guys go subscribe to him, and I really hope that you're gonna get your you're gonna fight for the stuff to keep it. I'm just gonna, I don't know, it's I really I don't know what to say about that. It's absolutely, it's terrible, the fact that the system works this way. And do you still do true crime? No, we don't do true crime here. But you're still welcome. You're still welcome to hang out and talk about it, because, you know, there's a true crime community out there that's kind of, there are so many other creators out there that doing a way better job than I can. And I don't want to put myself out there for that, but I will still listen. I'm still gonna be a fan, and we're just gonna hang out here and then do whatever we want to do. Eventually figure out what's gonna happen with this channel, but I'm here for all of you guys, fighting every step of the way. I know you are. You got this. Keep your head up, man. Keep your head up. Yeah. Okay, so let's see. I'm gonna get a little bit of music going, a little bit of background music, and we'll talk about some topics in a very lighthearted way. As everyone know that like a little looping background music, so whenever we do the live streams, we're actually gonna listen to his music instead of whatever StreamYard provides, right? Okay, so first of all, cup. The cup is provided today by Keep Looking Up. So it's a Star Talk. Neil deGrasse is actually one of my favorite YouTube scientists. Well, he's not just the YouTube scientist. He's obviously he talks about the stars and everything, astrology, not astrology, astronomy. And anyway, so I figured we're gonna support, because I really like his cup. It says "Keep looking up." Keep looking up. Motivated one-legger, keep looking up. Everybody else in the chats, keep looking up. Oh wait, we start getting some trolls already? No way! You're a pose for lying on what? Whatever. Whatever. Just you know what? Today we're just gonna have fun. We're gonna have a story time, and we're gonna listen to some videos and whatever. Got some stuff for you guys to plan. Just keep hanging out with me for a bit. Okay. So, story time. When the war broke out with Ukraine, and by the way, ask any questions you guys want in the chat. I would totally love to answer any of them. So when the war broke out with Ukraine, between Russia and Ukraine, and at the time, I didn't know what to do. Like I didn't. I wanted to do something. I wanted to like provide something, and I just couldn't. So I like started making those little stupid videos to see if I can battle some misinformation, right? That's why I have those 2 videos put out. But then when the call came, because I was trying to contact all my family, and when the call came, and I was like, okay, she needed help. My cousin and her niece, they needed help. They basically, what happened is there was an explosion on a military side of the airport, and in Odessa, Ukraine, and she just fell down from the explosion, from everything, and then she went into the bunker, and then there was like a door outside of the bunker to lead to the parking lot. So she went into the bunker, went into the door, got in her car, drove home, called me saying that I'm leaving, and can you help? So I was like, yeah, I can. I'm gonna try to get you out. I don't know how. I don't know, like I didn't know anything. I was like, yeah, I'll get you out. And that's the story. No, I'm kidding. We're actually gonna listen to the podcast, and because I told the story on one of the podcasts, and this is how we're gonna do this live. And later on, I'll show you some pictures if you stick around. Let's see the podcast. Yeah, because it's for me to tell that story. I told that story plenty of times before, but for me to actually like sit down here and then tell you the story, it's a bit. I'll get teary-eyed, and I'm gonna get lost in my thoughts. So we're just gonna listen to this podcast instead of doing that. And then that way, because people are giving me hate for one of the comments, not one of the comments, but for naming a video or so about not all heroes wear capes, saying like, oh, she called herself a hero, whatever. I didn't call myself a hero. Sophia called me a hero, and I'm not. I'm way far from that. And she's like, you know, you're my hero. And I thought it was in honor of 12-year-old now niece to name those videos. And unfortunately, people don't do the research before they just put it on some kind of stuff. All right. Hi, Chris. Welcome, Biggs. Yeah, I really do hope this war stop. It's I might do a live stream actually talking about it. Right now, just Sunday, and we're having fun, and we're gonna listen to a podcast, and I'm gonna show you some videos, and we're just gonna have a little fun. So, one of the things, hi TF. So, one of the things is when I was helping them out in Europe, to like, because it's really hard to bring anybody to the States, to United States of America. And but when I was helping them out in Europe, they were already dealing with the trauma of leaving the country, and all I wanted to do is just to make them happy, to make it as normal as it is. While they were sleeping at night, I was up on the phone and on the computer and doing a whole bunch of research about the immigration process, talking to the people, talking to the bridges that I have never burned. And then during the day, like I'll get maybe like a couple hours of sleep, and during the day we'll do normal things. So we just pretended that we had a vacation. We pretended that we went sightseeing. We pretended like nothing else exists. You know? I think works good and simple for all of us. We have to take responsibility for our own governments, not allow them to start. History repeats itself. History repeats itself. All right, let's start this thing. Let's pause this music. Hope you guys enjoy the background music. Let's see. Share screen. Oh my goodness. I'm going to start using OBS pretty soon. Right now, we're still on the StreamYard, but I want to get away from this whole StreamYard community and then start using some of our professional stuff. Share. Share system audio. All right, so let's see. You don't have to like watch this, whatever. But we're going to do, actually, what we're going to do is listen to this, and I'm going to pause it, and I'm going to talk about it a little bit, and then I'll show you some of the other videos. And this is not self-promoting, like everybody, whatever. Okay.
Together we're
Banana.
Welcome,
Welcome, welcome.
I'm Benny,
And I'm Anna.
and together we're
Banana.
So today I'm
Wait, hold on. Let me explain. So Benny is my best friend of almost 20 years now, and she's a Black Hawk helicopter pilot, and she's phenomenal.
going to be talking to Anna about her adventures over to Europe and rescuing her cousin from Ukraine. So this all started back on February 24th.
Yes.
And so I usually keep my phone on silent at night so that, if only people call me, they have to call twice. And so it was probably like 10 or 11 o'clock at night, and I get a call from Anna, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, this has to be important. It actually, went through.
Let's
So
do
I'm sitting there and,
this
get on the
a
phone,
little
and
bit faster.
she is just in a panic, and she's crying, and she's distraught. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. And so then I put on the news, and I realized what's going on in Ukraine. And, I told her, I'm like, hey, we're gonna figure this out. And, I'm gonna be here 100% to support you, whatever you need. So, Anna, how about you tell me a little bit about, like how all that experience was?
So I was about to go to sleep, and we have constantly TV running because it's really nice to have that background noise, and it's usually the news or some local channel or anything. And I started seeing something about Ukraine and what's happening over there, and I got on the internet. I started researching. I was like, what is going on? I went into crazy panic mode in a way, and I was trying to contact my family members, or my friends, and everybody that I was kept in contact with throughout the years, because I don't like burning bridges. And so basically, I could not get a hold of anybody. I did not know what to do, and I called Benny, and I called her and called her. I think I called her like 5 times maybe, and she finally answers. And then this is when I truly broke down. I did not, at the moment, it was panicking. I did not understand what was happening. And sometimes at the weakest moments, you have to have a really good support system.
I got you.
And so that's why I had to like really reach out to her. And then she's like, okay, let's be rational about this, like what's going on, let's figure out. And I just come down, and I finally got a hold of my cousin. And at the time she was like, no, I have to, I have job, I have responsibilities, I have my parents here. We're gonna write this out, it's gonna be over very, very soon. It's probably just nothing, just. Oh, by the way, if anybody wants to jump on a panel and then comment on a bunch of stuff, so you're more than welcome to. Like little picking here and there, and then later on, about a few days later, she called me in panic. She's like, okay, so I work at the airport. The military side of the airport got hit. I got thrown on the ground because of how scared she was at the time.
Yeah.
And at the moment she said that the only thing I could think about is my daughter.
Yeah.
I rushed home and talked to the parents, and this is when I called you. I wish it was here.
I know. We'll get her on.
Yeah. And she called me. She's like, I'm leaving. Can you help me? Please help me. I was like, I will meet you somewhere. Let's figure out where. Like, I was like, okay, so can you drive to Poland? I can probably meet you in Poland, because obviously I cannot fly to Ukraine because of the conflict and everything.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, well, Poland is a country that I can actually go to.
Yeah.
But then we're like, okay, well, everybody's going to Poland. There are hundreds and hundreds of refugees already arriving in Poland.
Yeah.
Okay, what is the other country that I can go to that's closer? Romania.
Yeah.
It's like, perfect. It's not very far drive. You can make it within a day. No, it took her 4 long days to actually get through the border, because they sat at the border for a very, very long time. And they're actually, hold on just 1 second. Someone wants to say hi.
Hi.
We're listening to a podcast. We're talking about you, woman.
And what you talk?
About the story of us.
Oh, thank you.
You want to come talk with us? No? Okay. Anyway, so she's right over here, and she's just saying hi to everybody else. And as they were driving, they don't know where the shots were coming from, if it's locals or if it's somebody's acting up, or if it's actual soldiers. She doesn't know that.
Yeah.
And the car in front of her got hit with bullets, and then got swerved, and she just pushed through. She put Sophie in the back seat and covered her up with blankets, and she said, Sophie, do not raise up and just stay there.
Yeah.
And
that's so terrible.
Her maternal instinct and all her police training kicked in right there.
Oh yeah, she is such a strong woman. I've gotten to know her, and I mean, she is legitimate a bad ass. I mean, she's so strong, so intelligent.
She is very strong and very intelligent. Come, everybody, just come over here. So she's very strong, very intelligent, and this is why we're here, right?
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Mwah.
Bye.
So calm in these crazy situations, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, she's just amazing.
Yeah, and I rushed to my boss's office because it was at nighttime there, but it was lunchtime. We're actually gonna go have Mexican food. Yeah. So and basically I got this phone call while I was riding in the car with some of my coworkers to go eat. Yeah, that's what we're doing. Every Wednesday we'll go.
It's so funny how that you can't, sometimes you just can't get those specific memories out. Like you probably knew exactly what you were going to have, but now it's ingrained, but I can't remember what I had for breakfast yesterday type thing, but it's, this happened back in February, and it's just ingrained in your head exactly what you were doing at that time. It's just crazy. So I talked to them
obviously I was pretty distraught. I was like, I kicked in into do mode. I kicked in into the mode where I need to be rational. I need to be strong. I cannot break down. I have to do something.
Yeah, solving the problem.
Exactly. And so we start talking, and they were there. They were like, okay, well, let's figure this out. We're like, okay, we need to talk to my boss. Like, we need to talk to my chain of command. And we went into his office, all of us, and told the story and everything. And he's like, go. Family's important. You do what you need to do.
That's so amazing.
So that's one thing is I got so much support from my both of my jobs, and I got a lot of support. Just like go whatever you need, just go and then take care of it. We'll take care of everything else. And it was amazing to me. It was a lot of it was to the point where I'm always the giving person. I'm always supportive person, especially when it comes to my job, to my family, and everything else. And to me, it was amazing the fact that I got support from others. And I was like, oh, wow. I was like, thank you. Thank you. And that's why I felt free in a way to be able to take care of my family. Now let's continue.
And you have, such support with your, work as well. It's just, it's hard to come by, but it's so great to just have.
I know it's phenomenal how a lot of leaders will show their true colors
yeah.
under fire, or not even under fire. Like if you need to take care of the employee or anything, they're
Yeah,
like,
when
yes.
time comes to it, they're on it.
And that's part of the support system that you need to have.
Yeah, exactly.
So basically, I went home and I started looking at flights to Bucharest, and it was fairly pricey. I dipped into my savings and everything. So I was at the time I was like, I don't care. I'll figure out monetary wise afterwards.
Yep.
So I bought the ticket and I flew out the next morning. And I flew out the next morning, and I was trying to like record our everything was happening.
Yeah.
And finally arrived to Bucharest. And all right, so this is where the picture and the story time comes in, because let's see, because I flew through Turkey, and I stayed in Turkey just a few hours. I had a layover, and I have some photos and videos I was gonna show you. But let's listen to this really fast, and then once I get the photos and videos up, I'll show it to you. It was so emotional. It was so emotional because
when was the last time you saw her?
It was 5 years ago.
Yeah.
5 years ago, I went to Odessa. Yeah, and we did a really great thing over there in Odessa with some job wise and everything. So, and I actually got. Oh, speaking of did a really great thing with the job wise, because state of California has has partnership with Ukraine, because it's like uh, it's a sister country to the National Guard. So the National Guard actually was able to do the training and everything else. So I was part of the interpreter system, and they were like really good. We were able to travel to Odessa. We were able to train the Ukrainian soldiers at the time, and it was amazing. It was a really good time, and I got to go back to Odessa. Okay, so pick video/picture time. Basically, so I got to see her in 2017, because I was on a mission into my hometown with the National Guard, California National Guard. And I'm gonna actually, let's see. There you go. So California National Guard has a partnership program with the Ukraine, and we were able to like help them out way before the wartime. Okay, so so this is California National Guard relationship with Ukraine spends decades now shifting to remote aid because of the war. And I just wanted to play this new news clip before we move on back into the podcast. And I'm gonna show you a couple of pictures as well.
Well, the California National Guard has been providing relief and coordinating their efforts from inside of this building here in Sacramento, California, in a call center. But for one guardsman, she traveled thousands of miles to rescue her family. This is Anastasia Mainich, a former American Army soldier who served in Iraq and Afghanistan. She's now part of the California National Guard.
That was my calling. That was something that I love to do because I wasn't there just for myself.
The California National Guard has worked with Ukrainians since the early 90s.
And after 2014, we focused almost exclusively on helping to reform the Ukrainian military and helping to train their troops for combat.
Inside of this call center, the National Guard is now providing aid to those on the ground in Ukraine.
To focus exclusively on how we can facilitate and help get requests from the Ukrainian military to the United States appropriate levels of the United States government.
But for Mainich, she went from fighting for her country to now fighting for her family's lives.
And you do anything for people that you love.
This is her cousin Tatiana with her daughter Sofia. They ran from gunfire before making it to the Romanian border.
If I can save at least 2 lives during this crisis, I'm extremely grateful for being able to do that.
After traveling more than 5,000 miles from the Bay Area in California to the Romanian border, this was the moment she saw her family safe.
We ran to each other, and all 3 of us just stood there and cried and held each other.
Though this is only the beginning of the journey for her family, along with millions more refugees who escaped Ukraine.
And human beings have to help each other. They really have to just stay strong, right?
And the United States will accept refugees from Ukraine, up to 100,000 of them. It's still unclear when. Here in Sacramento, California, Giovanni Ligi, Fox News.
I know, I'm sorry guys, I got a little emotional myself. It's hard. All right, let's continue on with the podcast thing. Got to see her, and then before that, I didn't get to see her since I left for this country, like
When you were 16,
2000s.
yeah.
Yeah. And so basically, it was okay. We're gonna cut this. I kind of lost my train of thought here a little bit, but it's
Yeah.
okay. We'll cut this.
Yeah.
Cut. Check mark.
Yeah.
um.
So you get to the airport and
Oh,
you're finally able to see her after 5 years of not being able to see her. And
yes, and it was just all of these emotions, all of this, with everything that's going on. It just hit me. It hit me to the point where I'm still a woman. We're still allowed to have feelings. Even men allowed to have feelings. Everybody allowed to have feelings.
oh yeah.
And we just broke down, and there's this emotional video that I was trying to take it to see how it does, but I couldn't hold my phone
Yeah.
straight, and I was like, I don't care
I
at
don't
this
care,
moment.
yeah.
And we just rushed to each other, and we just hugged and hugged and cried and hugged. And after that we just kicked into like do mode.
Yeah.
All right, so the video I'm talking about, it was one, let's see, it was this video. I know it's a bit. I got a little emotional in here. It's because Well, one of the reasons is because, yeah, I was able to get two people out. But there are so many more out there that can't. They can't get out. I knew it was gonna be a hard stream, you guys, because I already got the hotel. I already got everything, and so we got to the car, and seeing that car, seeing like how dirty it is, how packed it is with their life,
Yeah.
every single belonging that they could probably take, and it was just, I need to get them home.
Yeah.
I need to bring them so they can be at my house, so they can start a new life here.
Yeah.
I know it's a small part, but to me it's not a small part. To Sophie it's not a small part.
No.
For Tanya it's not a small part.
Yeah.
So we finally got to the hotel and we finally settled in, and they finally got to sleep.
Oh my gosh. 4 days. 4 days of driving and just, oh, this is ridiculous.
They knocked out. They just laid in this bed, and I couldn't sleep because I'm still time warp, right?
Oh yeah.
And I'm just watching these two girls sleeping like they haven't slept in days, which
Oh,
they
yeah.
haven't.
Yeah.
And
But they finally feel safe.
exactly. And then that's when my brain kicked in. I need to get to work. I don't know anything about how to bring refugees to America. I don't know. I started doing research myself.
Yeah.
I started reaching out to people because it's nighttime in Europe, it's daytime here. Therefore, I'm taking care of the girls during the day, and I'm
Doing all
taking
the
care
phone
of
calls at night.
all the business at night.
Yeah.
So imagine how much sleep I got.
Yeah.
But when your adrenaline is rushing and when you just on that straightforward, you don't need much sleep. Well, you do eventually. I
Yeah.
crashed,
Oh yeah.
but at this time it was just pure adrenaline,
Mhm.
pure just going get them here because I still had to go back to work. I still have responsibilities. My hazmat's still at home. I
Yeah.
need to get back to him. And so, anyways, after they slept, we went to buffet, and they were like, I've never seen so much food, and they were starving because they're just eating like whatever they could bring with them,
Yeah.
and they started putting a lot of stuff in the boxes, thinking they're not gonna get any more food, and I was like, relax,
Comes every day.
relax, we can do this every day,
Yeah.
we can go to places, we can actually relax while I'm trying to. It was actually really funny. So we did went to the buffet, and it was they they're just like, oh, we need to grab food, we need to get it, we need to get everything. It's like wait, you can pause, it's okay, we're not gonna starve, we can like actually pause. And she's like, no, we need to do this, we need to do that. It was funny to watch them. But this is what stress does. Stress, because you're going through a lot of emotions, you're going through a lot of things like, I have left everything behind. And then for you, because we have our needs is water, food, shelter, right? So when she was driving, and this is not my story to tell, this is her story eventually to tell. And but she didn't even eat. She didn't eat whatsoever. She was, I need to feed Sophie. I need to feed Sophie. I need to feed Sophie. And that was her mind is going, as a mother, I need to take care of my child. I need to take care of my child. And when there was food available at the buffet, her mind is going, I need to take care of my child. Even the next day when we woke up, because we went to the embassy, and we'll get to that in a little bit in the podcast. And she was just like, Sophie, you need to eat, you need to eat. It's because and I it's because she's like, I need to take care of my child. So I stopped her. I was like, look, let me take care of both of you. Let me to feed you, to feed your child. she was in extreme adrenaline mode. Then she was just kind of stopped and she's like, okay, I need to eat. And it was the first time that she actually like sat down and ate by herself without like giving everything else. Catacalypse. Love you, girl. Oh my god, you're on Twitch. I love it. Okay, so the turmoil yeah, it's gonna take a lot of healing from that. It's gonna take, and like I said, so all of this right here, this is just my story. This is my story. This is Tanya Sophia's story. But there are so many more other stories that need to be heard, that need to get out there and then talked about. And this is just me putting out, using the platform to tell Sophia and Tanya's story. All right, let's continue on. Don't worry, we got pictures and videos later too. Figure out my stuff. And it took her a very, very long time to actually get used to it and relax and everything. So I do want to point out like this one story that happened with us in a hotel. So we stayed at this big Sheraton hotel in downtown Bucharest. It was not far from the embassy. That's why we chose the location. And so we went. They have a little heated pool, and it was like, okay, well, the girls need to just relax, and they have like a little spa. So we booked that, and so we were swimming in a pool, and then this man comes in, which is it's a public pool, and it's absolutely normal.
Yeah.
And it's also at like 8 o'clock at night, 8 or 9. I don't remember exact time, and so he start talking to us and just kind of carry on the conversation. I'm just like, oh yeah, okay. And he's like, well, where's the accent from? I was like, well, Ukraine. He's like, oh, that's so nice. Yeah, my wife and I are here from Israel. We're looking for a very nice young mother-daughter duo to take it back with us.
Jeez.
And I was like,
because that doesn't sound nefarious at all.
I was like, red flag. Why specifically mother-daughter duo?
Yeah. Well, because they know that none of the males could actually leave Ukraine. All the males are, made to stay back in Ukraine to help fight. And so they knew it was just like prime pickings for them. They're like, well, hey, we know that it's just going to be, women and children coming over. So, geez, that's just so dirty.
So, and then there are other stories that with him didn't add up.
It is.
She's
It
a
is
police
dirty.
officer.
I got
I
pictures of
got
that.
some education too, and we're like, red flag. Okay, this conversation is a red flag. We need to kind of stop this. And so he finally decided, like, okay, let's just get out of here.
Yeah.
So we left, and as soon as we got to the elevator, he's like, oh, hold the door, hold the door. And we're like, okay. And he's like, oh, what floor? Are you guys on the 3rd floor? And we were staying on the 3rd floor.
That's creepy.
And we're like, no, we're on the 6th. So we went up to the 6th floor, and we took the stairs down to the 5th floor. We took the elevator up to the 7th floor, and then went back down to the 3rd floor. So we did all of this different commotion because at the moment our all right, I do want to talk about the dangers of that. So we saw what's up?
I want that monitor.
Right now? You want that monitor right now? I'm live. Sorry, everybody. So we're gonna switch monitors. I'm gonna let you guys continue on listening to this, and we're just gonna switch couple monitors right now. But keep listening. I'll get back to it, and I'll talk about the dangers of human trafficking that happened, and most likely keep happening during that time, because we faced what might have happened. Intuition is screaming at us.
Oh yeah.
So we got to the hotel, And the girls fell asleep finally, and I had to call my dad. I had to call my adopted father. And so I called him. I was like, hey, I went to by the pool area because I don't want to wake the girls up. And I was like, hey, how's it going? This and that. And guess who shows up? That creepy man again. And he's like, oh, hey, how's it going?
Mm-hmm.
So I told my dad, I was like, I'm gonna put you on a speakerphone. You do not say anything. You're gonna listen to this conversation, and I'm also gonna put a camera on because I want to take a picture of this strange man, just in case.
Yeah.
So, and I kind of like walked away, went back to the elevator. Guess who got into the same elevator with me? He's like, oh, so you are going on the third floor.
Oh my gosh.
Um, So after that, I did my whole other shebang,
Yeah.
just going up and down on the elevators, make sure. So we got it into the hotel. We locked our door, but we locked our door with the towels, like actually tied with the towels, just
Oh,
make
yeah.
sure you don't open it. Because my intuition is like screaming at the time because this is not a random thing. Call me paranoid or anything, but this is not my awareness was already heightened due to the situation, and my call them alien tentacles or whatever.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it doesn't even sound like he's working alone, because it just definitely sounds that there's other people at play. Because it's just, I don't know. That's just, I would definitely have my red flag up too.
So, and I woke Tanya up. I was like, we need to pack. We need to pack. And first thing in the morning, we're checking out. So we checked out at like 4 o'clock in the morning. And plus we already had this hotel for like extra 4 days. So we checked out of the hotel. I found Airbnb because I didn't sleep that night. So I was trying to find an Airbnb or something small, something incognito. And so we checked out, and as we're checking out, they're like, "Oh, why are you leaving so soon?" We're like, "Well, just we need to move on. We got our stuff." So I didn't really have to explain to them.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh no, you should stay. You should stay more." And we're like, "Okay, I get it. You try to make more money,
Yeah.
right?" But to us at the time, it was like, mm-mm. So we got in a car and we drove for hours in random direction all throughout Bucharest. Just drove and drove and drove and drove.
Yeah.
Because if we had a tail or anything, this is four of us, and I can only do so much with my steel toe boots.
Yeah.
But so we finally got an Airbnb, and it was really, really cute, and the guy was super sweet. Was able to take care of, do like a last minute booking because there's a lot of Ukrainian refugees coming in, and all the Airbnbs are getting overbooked because they're housing them for free.
Yeah, that's amazing.
So basically, what we faced, and we're able to recognize because of the training that she has and the training that I have, is somebody who is trying to take away the vulnerable people of the refugees at the time. And I wouldn't be surprised if there are years down the road, there'll be like a documentary about what was happening because a lot of the Ukrainian women with children, unfortunately, got into terrible, terrible situations because of what is happening, because a lot of the sex traffickers probably got advantage of the vulnerable and scared people. And I want somebody to speak up about it. I really do. So I'm gonna show this face. I'm gonna show this to you guys. By the way, we're gonna go through this Google Drive later on. It has a lot of the other stories and my mom's trip. My mom's trip to Ukraine as well after we did a fundraiser for her. So this is the guy, right? So I was trying to take a picture of him. So I was like, okay, when I was on the phone with my dad, I was trying to like follow him and everything. And then, well, just like, well, he followed me into the elevator, but I was talking to my dad, and I told him, I was like, hey, just make sure. I think I got his face somewhere too. Um, let me see if I can find it. Oh, there it is. So I told my dad, and I was like, hey, just that make sure that you just pretend that you just keep talking to me. And I know it's not much of a picture, it's not much of a face, but it was scary. It was legitimately scary. We were um our intuition, it just screamed at our faces saying like, hey, there's something is not right, there's something's going on. And we're like locked ourselves in the hotel room and everything. Yes, you're right, trafficking needs to be discussed more often. I know they don't want to freak people out, but hiding it isn't going to help. You are absolutely correct, because so when we were volunteering at the train station, and I saw all this, I saw broken families that didn't know where to go, didn't know what to do, they didn't have anybody, they didn't have any other help. And the vulnerability of those families, and it's it's absolutely terrible, because they will try to like, hey, I need help, I need help, I need help, and somebody who's like, oh yeah, we have help, we can send you to, I don't know, Israel with us, with me and my wife, we got a family, you can stay with us. Little do they know what situation they're getting into. And that's an unfortunate thing. Okay, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm always ready with the camera. You know it. You know how it is. Okay. So there's so after we left the hotel, and we got this Airbnb. And it was cute. It was cute. It was really, I don't know, it was well, it was definitely European, very European. And you know how like we get so modernized, we get so Americanized and everything, and just like, oh wow, I tend to forget what Europe was like, because I used to stay in I used to be stationed in Germany for a little over a year. And so I'm gonna show this to you right now. All right, so this is the apartment complex that we got Airbnb at. And love doesn't conquer. So this is the apartment complex. Okay, the story a little bit about this apartment complex, because in Romania, in Bucharest, Romania, they a lot of Jewish compounds built the complexes, right? So they lived in the housing. So right here, and then like a little bit right here, there's actually a bunker. There's actually a bunker where it can house every single person within this apartment complex. And I got to meet one of the person that actually lives in there, and it was really interesting. It was really really interesting to like get to see the bunker. And fortunately, I don't have pictures. I'm so bad at taking pictures. I'm so bad. Okay, so I did wanted to show you the apartment that we stayed in. It was really cute and very quaint. Uh, we'll find it. We will find it. I'm so unorganized today. I love it. It's Sunday, right? It's a lazy Sunday. Lazy, lazy Sunday. Oh, by the way, what was I gonna say? Oh, so by the way, this is actually at the train station. At the train station, they had these little tents, and everywhere that you follow to support Ukraine or anything, like all the signs that you have to, they have medical help, they had food, they had everything. Let's see. You know when? I'll show it to you later once I find it. Keep listening.
Amazing.
And that's one thing that Airbnb did is absolutely wonderful.
Oh my gosh, I know.
So in the meantime, we submitted the paperwork finally. I had Wayne. I emailed him the paperwork. I was like, "Hey, run to the post office. This needs to get out like now."
Yeah.
And so in the meantime, while we're waiting for the paperwork or for any kind of answer, we're like, okay, well, we can't just sit here. There's refugee arrivals at the train station. Let's go see if we can do something, or just go. Let's just go see.
Mm-hmm.
So we went to the refugee station, and people realized that I speak both languages, and because a lot of Romanians didn't speak Ukrainian or Russian, and as you know, a lot of Ukrainians are Russian speakers. And they're like, "Oh, you speak English. You can translate for us."
Oh, nice.
They're like, "Are you gonna be volunteering here? Are you gonna be here for a while?" I was like, "I can help." So that's what we did. So I would translate. Tanya would hand out sandwiches. Sophie will just make small talks with the kids.
Yeah.
It was very nice. Like it was a very nice gesture of them to accept us as volunteers.
Yeah.
But seeing the sadness in people's eyes, seeing their whole life in 2 bags. When I came to America, I had only 2 bags, but I wasn't running from a country.
Yeah.
But this is people that have lost their homes, people that have lost their loved ones. People are carrying their pets.
Yeah.
They brought their cats and dogs, and I saw birds. It was so nice. And talking to some people, they saying like I had to leave my pet behind. I couldn't take it. I was running.
Yeah.
And also, we were trying to exchange some money because they had grivnas as a Ukrainian money.
Okay.
And we tried to find a bank in Bucharest to exchange the money. And there's only one bank in Bucharest that will take the money. It's by appointment only. And we finally got there, and we had to wait 24 hours to even get this appointment. And I talked to this one man that brought so much tears into my eyes. And so he had only one bag, and I asked him, I was like, well, is there anything you need, or like, how was it?
Mhm.
And he said, you know how it was? I don't know how it was. You tell me how it was. You tell me how I should feel when I'm running from the fire and jumping across dead women and children and trying to get to the bus and try to get to the train station. And all I have with me is my one backpack. And his daughter lives in England, so she was there too. So like she came to Bucharest to meet her father.
Oh, that's
So
good.
she's taken him back to England. And seeing the tears in his eyes, it it just hit me. It just really just put that kind of perspective, and I can't even imagine
No.
being to Iraq and Afghanistan and seeing some horrors over there. This hits home. This, I can't even imagine how people truly feel when brothers and sisters are fighting.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was emotional. When I talked to this man, and it's just one man, and just one man, and just one story. I'm just one woman. It's just one story. But there are millions, millions and millions and millions of people out there that have a story about what's going on in Ukraine, how they're fleeing, how they are taking care of themselves or not taking care of themselves, how they're falling into predators or not, how they have support system or they don't have support system. And that's the devastating part. It's not just with Ukraine. It's obviously we had with Afghanistan that's happening as well, but we're just talking about Ukraine here. So yeah, I did change my monitors. But the monitors I changed, it wasn't the monitors for the stream. It was just like a separate monitor that we have right over here. I guess he's trying to create his little streaming session and everything. That is actually really funny. Because of like during COVID and stuff when we had the toilet paper shortage, we can't even deal with the toilet paper. Yeah, people are quick to judge. You're right, not even know what's going on in a person's life. They get angry about something so small. Yeah, people do. People have very real issues. They have very and it's something that they deal with, and it's something that they have to deal with, and there's something that it's all about support system. When you have a better support system, because yeah, I got lost in my train of thought over here. But I did wanted to show you a little bit. So this right here is when it's like a 12-second clip, but this is where the entrance to the refugee center in Bucharest, Romania, on the train station. Yeah, so like I said, we'll go over a couple of other things. We might do part 2 as well if anyone wants to. I did want to. Oh, okay, it's on the TikTok thing. There's a TikTok. There is a TikTok. And it's not there. Alright, so this one over here, so I did a thing. Some of you already know. Some are probably gonna find out. I made it to Istanbul. And, I kept it secret. Heading to Romania to help out a family member that just crossed the 2 borders last night into Romania and from Ukraine. So I'll keep you guys posted, see how everything goes and the immigration process. So far journey has been uneventful, that's how we want it to be. And I got another flight in about an hour to Bucharest, and I'll check in with you later. All right, so one of the things I was trying to document as much as I could, but it was just hard. It was hard to document things and trying to figure out how to bring them to America and trying to figure out what to do with them and how to make them happy. And I don't know. I don't think I'm never the same. I'm not the same since coming back from Europe. I'm definitely changed because I had a different purpose. Before, it was just me and my fiance and my mom. But now I have a child living with me, and their responsibilities have changed, and everything else is just the changes that you have to go through, and then the way you endure them. And it was, I don't know, it's amazing. It's amazing what people can endure. All right, so let's continue on while I'm search for other stuff. Because I was struggling, I am having no answer from the immigration. I'm having nothing, and I'm still reaching out to a lot of people. And I reached out to so many people, all these bridges that all these contacts that I've constantly had, and I finally reached out to Maria. We were stationed with Maria in Germany.
Oh my gosh, Maria. Oh, how is she?
Oh, she's amazing. She's doing wonderful. Yeah, she's got a really great job over there. So she
Oh,
stayed in Germany. She bought a house.
that's amazing.
She has a daughter.
Oh my gosh. Oh, little Maria, she's got a daughter. Oh, we are old, aren't we, though? I'm like, it's only been, what, 18 years, 17 years since we've been in Germany?
Mm-hmm. So this is why I stress don't ever burn bridges or keep building bridges because, for example, Maria, we haven't spoken in a very long time. We were Facebook friends, but then I actually reached out to her because we needed help at the moment, and she's like, "Hey, I'm in Germany." But this is why I always kept in contact with, or at least a little bit of contact. If anybody else reaches out to me like that, and if it's convenient at the time, and I'll be like, yeah, we can help you. We can be right there for you. And it was just, it's one of those things where you have to keep building bridges, and that's another reason why I was able to bring them to America, is because I built the bridges and I maintain those bridges. And so she reached out and said, like, I have a house, I speak Russian, and she can come and stay with me.
Perfect.
And I was like, perfect. So we packed our bags and left that day.
Yep.
And we went from Germany, from Romania through Hungary, through Austria, and like finally made it in Stuttgart area. And so, but we had to stay places on the way because it took us a long time to get to actually Germany, and because I'm running out of money here.
Yeah.
I'm scrambling for whatever I can get because we still need to pay for gas, still need food, and all the necessities.
Yeah.
And so I had this colonel that I used to work for reached out to me, and he said that in Germany. If you need a place to stay for a night or so, my wife and I open our apartment for you.
That's amazing.
I know, it was just so lovely. It was so
Everybody's so welcoming because they know how hard it is for everybody, and they just want to be there to help. And I think that's the people that we surround ourselves with on a normal basis, is, people that are always willing to jump and help out at any moment. And it's amazing because I worked with him as well, and he is just a fantastic leader. He's a great man, and I wouldn't have expected anything less from him.
and his wife is phenomenal as
Oh,
well.
she's adorable.
And the kids,
Yeah.
so talented.
That's
And
right.
Sophie made
Never-
friends,
Oh,
and they
yeah.
were playing ukulele together. It was so cute. But it was so good to see them. And despite everything is happening, they still found a silver lining. They still found a time to smile,
Yeah.
time to cry, and so we stayed in Germany, and I'm still having no answer from immigration services. And I was like, I have to get back. I really have to get back. But I felt safe. I felt the fact
Well, they were safe.
They were safe.
Yeah.
I felt they're in really good hands. Maria's a phenomenal human being. And so I flew back. Went to work, and then I heard about refugees are coming through the Mexican border.
Yeah.
And I called Tanya. I was like, pack your bags. I'm buying you a ticket. You going to Mexico.
Yes.
And she was like, what? Okay, I do whatever you want me to do. She put 100% trust into me, and I could not break that. I had to carry this, and this was my mission.
Yeah.
And so they flew into Mexico. They had a really hard time at the border. And if I do want to interview Tanya as well, so she can. I will tell you and show you pictures later after this, throughout the different trip and everything. So we're just gonna finish this really fast, because I feel like this this is definitely a longer stream. If we go through like every single detail. She speaks better English now.
Yes.
And she's been learning every day from the program that she bought.
Yay.
And so I want to interview her and see her side as well, so she can talk about it, and then how going through different borders.
Yeah.
So she had a really hard time at the Mexican border because they're Ukrainians. There's a different regulations for you to arrive into Mexico. And then so they flew to Mexico City. Then from Mexico City they went to Tijuana. So I drove all the way down to Tijuana. And so as they're flying into Tijuana, they flight about 30 minutes away. They had to reroute them all the way to Hermosillo. So they turn around in the midair to Hermosillo.
That's so scary.
And I'm freaking out.
Yeah.
I'm in contact with her father, and her father does aviation dispatching. And he's looking into all his resources and everything. And I guess it says because of the fog. But I'm looking outside. I'm literally sleeping in my car right outside, and it's 2:30 in the morning, and there's no fog. There was no fog. There was no fog. But we'll never know. Maybe they're just scared of it. They said it is common occurrence that their airplane will turn around because of that.
Yeah.
So anyways, so they arrived in Hermosillo, and they got held there for over 10 hours, I believe.
Here's proof.
And basically
where they
they didn't
turned
have
around.
a lot of water. They had like this small sandwiches that they were running out, and there's 40 Ukrainians on this flight.
Yeah.
And they were asking, they were like, well, all women and children, we have a place for you to stay if you would like to stay at this hotel.
No.
And
Stay at the airport.
so she called me. She's like, so they have a free hotel they can. I was like, no. I yelled at her. I yelled at her like she was my daughter.
Sit at that gate and wait for that plane to.
All right, so I did. I yelled at her so bad, because I didn't want them to get in trouble or anything. And then it. I don't think I've yelled at anyone in my life this bad. But this is the video that she showed it to me. I was like, yeah, I need to see your face. I need to make sure that you understood that you cannot leave the airport.
Им уже на регистрации сейчас будут выпускать, экипаж
So
приехал.
all of those people
Вот,
are
смотри, сколько людей
Ukrainians
Вот,
on the
сколько людей.
flight that came
Вот,
to
сядешь в
Mexico.
самолет, он заведется, будет рулить, и я тогда тебе напишу. Им уже...
So she said that so we are basically getting in line, and then we're gonna get into the plane, and then as soon as I hear the engine, I'm gonna write it to you, and we're gonna like make sure that we're gonna be on a plane. Because they got offered to leave the airport and stay at the hotel in Hermosillo. A woman and a child. And I was like, no. You are not leaving anywhere. All right, let's continue on. And then we'll do picture time.
And you're on it.
And it was so amazing that our locals as soon as they heard about that, locals stood up and they said, no one is leaving this airport.
That's good.
Yeah. So they finally got on the flight, they finally arrived, and I was like, well, wait a minute, there's 40 Ukrainians over there. We gotta run to the border. We gotta go now.
Yeah.
So we got to the border, and I was like, okay, well, this is all you know. There's your passports. This is all you. You go through the border control.
Yeah.
You have to get that humanitarian parole stamp in your passport.
Yeah.
And I said, I will meet you on the other side. And we hugged, and I went through the border, and I sat, and I sat, and I sat there, and it was already 3 hours in, and I'm not getting any kind of anything, like no news. And there's me and some other Ukrainians over there too, meeting up their families, or there's a bus that was able to transport them to Sacramento to help them out because they have a really, really large Ukrainian area in Sacramento, so they can provide that kind of help.
Yeah.
And so all of us freaking out. We just, what's going on? Then we get a word that they're going to be released at 5 in the morning.
Yay.
So we spread out and guarded every single exit of the border patrol, and then we saw some cars coming out with detainees in the back. We're like, is there anybody we know? And then it was cold, and I haven't slept. Well, I kind of maybe slept in an hour in the car.
Yeah.
I had like greasy hair, no shower, but I didn't care at the moment. I just need to get them.
Yeah.
And finally, 5 o'clock rolls around, and we're like, they're not out yet. What's going on? And finally, when somebody said, they're coming out, and everybody just like rushed to the door. We were running, we were sprinting.
Oh, it's giving me happy tears.
So, and then I have a little video of them coming out, because I was like, where are they?
Yeah.
And they're
Speed
so happy, and finally here in America, and we hugged again and again, and it was just like meeting them for the first time in Bucharest.
Well, because now they're 100% safe. You know, they're here. Oh, that's just amazing.
Yeah, and I got to the car. I was like, I could use some energy drink, and
we need to go home.
We're not staying at the hotel.
No.
This is my last push of my last adrenaline. We're going home. And we got home like at 1 p.m. and I drove. I think we stopped once for gas.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, girls, if you need to pee, hold it. And we just got home, and mom came out and crying, and we all just hugged, and it was just. So yeah, this is my story.
Yeah.
And Sophie told me, she was like, you are my superhero.
Oh,
I was like, I'm not a superhero. I don't have a cape. And she's like, not all heroes wear capes. To me, you are my hero.
Yeah.
And that's why I love my family. I love the support.
Yeah.
I love all the bridges that I've built over the years. And sitting across from you right now in your brand new RV, because you're about to take off on a crazy journey.
Oh my gosh, I know. We'll get into that one on a later episode. But yeah, life is amazing, and the people that we keep around us is the most important thing about it. So, but we're happy to say that Sophie is now in school here, and she is amazing. She's so smart, and and oh my gosh, I can't speak enough for how happy I am for you and your family and my family, because you're my family. So, but it's fantastic. It's been a journey, and it's been hard, and it's been sad. But right now it's fantastic.
I wouldn't do any of this without you.
Oh yeah.
I was contacting you every single day throughout my journey.
Well, when you left, you're like, I'm going over there. And I was like, okay, well, here's the thing, girl. You're calling me in the morning. You're calling me at night. You're telling me your exact locations. You're telling me everything, And I'm just like, if I don't get a call from you, I'm going to.
All right. So we're just like go on and on and on and on and on after this. But so like I said, I was trying to keep an update and everything, as much as I could, but it was really hard. It was really hard to like just so I was gonna go through some of the photos and Pictures. I'll put like a little Google Drive and stuff. Just kind of so this is where they were in Hermosillo. That was a scary time. Oh. Oh. Yeah, no worries. Just enjoy the stream. I don't mind. I don't mind just people lurking around. And it's only 15 of us watching right now, so it's a nice little relaxing stream and everything. Yeah. So Benny and I have been best friends for a very very long time, and there's a podcast. I have it on my page if you want to listen to like actually our story because it's kind of crazy because whenever like really kept in contact, but the life constantly threw us together. Constantly. All right. So this is me at like 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm sitting so tired outside the US border with Mexico right now and waiting for them. They're gonna release them after 5. They got their stamps in the passport, but it's been quite a journey and tired. Yeah. Think this one. All right, guys, I made it. When I just made it to Romania. Just gotta go do the passport thing and this and that. Then I'll go meet her outside. She made it too, just in time. So I love the fact that kind of played it back the end journey video and the beginning journey video because to me at the time it was just like I made it. I made it to this place. I made it to here. And but I don't have them with me. When when I got to when I got to the area and I actually had them with me, it was like, okay, now I have them. And the only time that I literally relinquished control helping them out is when we went through the Mexican border, where I had to say, like, I can't go with you. I cannot go with you. I have to meet you on the other side. And it was the most difficult time that I had to deal with for myself. Oh, this one was Germany. So it was so beautiful. We just try to make it as a little vacation as we could. And this was so here's the elevator. I was in Romania. The elevator was crazy. Close this door. Close this door. Let's see if I can get it a little. This door. Press this. And we're going down. Mm-hmm. And this is how you get out. Open, open, open. And that's it. Yeah, that elevator was crazy. Getting into Mexico isn't a problem, but getting so okay. One of the things is we were able to get them Mexican visa because there are Ukrainian there are regulations for the Ukrainians are traveling to Mexico, and a lot of the Ukrainians didn't follow those regulations at the time. So here we go. So the Mexican entry requirements is a have Ukrainian passport, have Mexican tourist card, and then debit or credit card and email address. So that this right here, the tourist card, this is the important part, and we were able to get the tourist card for them. So they were a lot of the times they just like kind of smooth sailing because they were legally in Mexico. And that's why they were able to go through that's why they're able to go through a lot of a lot of the legality, like with well, I mean, a lot of traveling with a smooth process is because we did a lot of research. We looked into it, and it wasn't just me. It was a team that was working behind me, as well as my friends. Team is my friends. They were trying to contact the different lawyers. They were trying to contact the different things to figure everything else. Um, so, a sister to Belarus getting a green card in US 10 years ago. She was a doctor. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's crazy because like we went to the US embassy, and US embassy denied us in Romania. Um they said like, oh, it's because of COVID, you have to make an appointment. I was like, you do realize that you're gonna have a really large influx of Ukrainian people are trying to get to the US embassy. Thank you. Thank you. I try. It's but the thing is like I'm still weak. I'm still weak. But I really try. Anyways, the Mexican tourist card is the one that she had to get. We were able to get it. We were able to get it, and she was in Mexico on a travel thing. Oh yeah, oh yeah. It's so complicated that the whole, especially like the immigration process, it is so complicated because I was like, my thought process, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna get them to Germany. They're just gonna be there. They're gonna be able to do just kind of stay there, and maybe humanitarian parole visa, and they'll be within the United States maybe 6 months. Oh boy, no. I talked to one of the guys. So one of the reasons that I said like, "Hey, we're going to Mexico," is because I there was on a flight. I talked to one of the guys, and he is working in U.S. and he finally got his humanitarian, or finally got his asylum. But he came on a humanitarian parole from I don't remember exactly what country he was, but he was like, yeah, it took me 5 years to get humanitarian parole, and 7 years to get my asylum. And I was just like, what? And as soon as I heard about Mexican border, I was like, okay, if you guys trust me, you're gonna go to Mexico. It was a long shot. It was a long shot, but we did it. So this was in Mexico. It's the wall. It's really pretty. It's actually really pretty. And this is them at the border. And the first thing they say, like, I want McDonald's. I was just trying to like have them have as much fun as they can. So we're trying to make this a little vacation. And this is we're walking on a little path. Try to have them as a little vacation because it was crucial for the mental health to actually have some kind of peace of mind. This was at a train station. Here we are looking for a train station. And looking for an organization to find out information more about stuff. Yeah, it was really, really hard to like keep track of anything. Oh, this video is terrible. So we made it in Germany. Now in the middle of nowhere. Take a look at this beauty. The video doesn't even I don't yeah, it doesn't even do this justice. It was so gorgeous. It was absolutely wonderful to see to see all this beauty and everything. So we made the best out of any kind of situation, because the difficulty the difficulty that you have to deal with war, that you have to deal with everything else, and we just did what it is, where we cooked.
Еда есть. М-м-м. Голодная Соня.
So we danced, we ate,
Ну, где-то здесь.
we made a whole bunch of different videos, we sang, and we did not talk about the war, because every single time we talk about the war, we cry. And we felt that we just have to deal with it when we get back. The different apartments that we had to go through, the different places that we had to stay, the different countries that we traveled to, and we just made it. It is what it is. I will show you our trip. Let me see the map. I have a map in here somewhere. Sorry, guys, if you're actually watching this. I don't want to cause the dizziness. Oh, this is me and her when we were kids. And I said, I wish someday I'll go back in Ukraine and hug her one more time. We're teenagers. We're so young. The journey. Let's see. I have it in here somewhere. I thought I did. Anyways, what I wanted to show you was a map. Everybody, we're just kind of hanging out over here. Nothing more to see. All right, so a map, right? So right here, Ukraine came from here. She drove here. She drove back to Bucharest. Met me in Bucharest. We went through here to Hungary, Austria, and then Germany to Stuttgart. Yeah. This is harder than I thought it would be. Just gonna leave you with this one. And I'm gonna end the stream. You a part-time lover and a full-time friend. Monkey in your back is the latest trend. Don't see what anyone can see and anyone else. But here's the church and here's the steeple. Sure rock you for two other people. Don't see what anyone can see and anyone else. But good night, all.